Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this video today is about hope and how hope is the most powerful drug of all. So before I get into the video, I just wanted to mention I am doing one-on-one coaching again. I had closed my calendar for a while, but things are up and running again. I got everything sorted out, or what I needed to get sorted out got sorted out, and things are back and running. So I will put a link to my online booking calendar in the description of this video. I offer a free 15-minute consultation, 30-minute calls, 60-minute calls, and then I've put together some session packages for those who might want to meet a little more regularly at a further discounted rate. Although my rates are lower than other places you might find online in the first place. So check out my calendar if you're interested. I also will put the link to my website if you want to read more about my story. And you are able to book sessions through my website as well. And unfortunately, I'm not able to answer emails anymore. I know I had been mentioning in previous videos that I will answer single question emails, but it's becoming where there's so much back and forth and I'm just not able to keep up. And the questions tend to get more and more complex, and it's just much easier if I can chat with someone on video and find out, their needs, what they're looking for, and whether or not I might be able to help them. So if you have questions to ask me, feel free to book a free 15-minute consultation. There's no obligation, and that way it's just more effective than emails, and I just am not able to keep up. So unless you have an appointment or a specific question about something that you met with me about or you're about to meet with me about, then that's totally fine. But everything else, I just ask that you book a consultation instead. So onto the details of this video. Hope is the most important drug of all. This comes up again and again and again when I'm coaching people, and I've seen this manifest in different ways, and it's very powerful. So sometimes I'll be talking to someone and, we just turn on the camera and they're just crying their eyes out. And it's totally understandable. Some people are very angry, some people are crying, and they're at their wits' end. They're at the end of their rope. They can't fight anymore. And just talking and, trying to bring them some comfort and giving them hope and letting them ask questions and letting them talk, whatever they need. I've seen over the course of an hour, their whole demeanor change by the end of the hour. So I can see physically that their symptoms have went down 50% or more. Sometimes it'll be from one session to the next. It'll just be like, wow, I just feel so much more hopeful. Or they'll get their first window after they've received some hope. That sounds crazy, but I have seen it happen. And I'll get feedback from people in between sessions that say, you gave me so much hope today. It's giving me the ability with a little bit more ease to get through another week. So don't underestimate the power of hope. And so I've said this in so many other videos. You go on the forums and you're looking for hope. You're looking for success stories. You're looking for people who have come out the other side. That's the intention of, I'm sure you're searching, or, if you're not already or just figuring out what's going on with you. And I'm sure that's why those forums were set up in the first place, but they can become, toxic rabbit holes that people go down, and scary places when you read some of the stories on there. So they're not really a great source of hope. Obviously, the success stories are great, but I do find that, and I say this to people too, forums only give you a snapshot or part of the picture. You're not having a conversation with that person. You're reading their thread. You're reading their story. You don't always know the whole thing. So one-on-one conversation, even in the forums, is better than just reading through the threads, which I know a lot of people end up doing, is reading through the threads. That's what forums are. But if you can talk to someone, I know a lot of the people who wrote success stories have disappeared from the forums. Some people actively come back and they're like, yeah, I'll answer any questions people have. I'm open to receiving messages. But then sometimes even there's a few people I can think of off the top of my head that were very there were stories that I followed, success stories I followed when I was struggling so much. And then they'll post a thread a little bit later or something on their thread or on their page that says, you know what, this is becoming triggering for me, or I'm getting too drained answering everyone's questions, so I'm going to leave this community. I've seen it over and over again. So suddenly, you read this story and you print it out and you have it as a wallpaper on your phone and you read it over and over and over again, but you still aren't able to connect one-on-one with that person a lot of the time. They disappear. They don't want to do anything to do with this anymore. It was too traumatizing. They still might get triggered. So that can be, a difficult thing. And then, if you can talk one-on-one, that's the best thing. And like I said, I've seen it over and over and over again. That's why I really believe having healing buddies, having support systems, having a coach, talking to people that have come out the other side is so important. And hope is so important. I've seen it do absolutely amazing things. And I'm wondering like what you guys do day to day to keep up the hope, because sometimes two people will say in sessions, well, I couldn't get out of bed today, or I was struggling just to find a reason to get out of bed. And then they will get out of bed and they'll find that reason. They'll find that reason to keep going, to have hope, to maintain hope. So I'm wondering what you guys do for that. And it is way more powerful than people realize, I think. And that's why I think coaching can be so powerful. And for me, it's so rewarding because I've seen the amazing effects that hope can bring to people. I feel like I'm saying hope over and over and over, but it really is something that everybody needs in this community. Hope combined with support will get you through your darkest times. Online support, one-on-one support, group support, real life support, and hope, clinging to hope. Those are two of the biggest things to get through this ordeal. I talk to people too about, I made another video about dopamine detoxes and how avoiding things that affect your neurotransmitters is really important. You know, people talk about avoiding alcohol because it's a GABA, it increases GABA, and we don't want to have those sort of false stimulations or excess neurotransmitter production things. And, avoiding those type of things. And even with hormones, women who are taking birth control and women who have hormone replacement therapy and all those kinds of things, I think we forget that the body is smart, and eventually the body knows what to do over time to achieve that homeostasis. But we live in a society where it's like fix. And so I tend to see that too, where people who kind of just leave well enough alone, and I know it gets really annoying for people to hear, oh yeah, you'll heal. Time is the biggest factor. I know that was really annoying to me. That's why I reinstated. It's why I tried thousands of dollars of supplements, every treatment under the sun, why I had TMS, all of those things. And a lot of the time it's not, there is no magic bullet. I mean, for some people, they'll try one thing and they're like, I feel like this was the catalyst to my healing. But more often than not, it's just, I just gave it time, and I just leave your brain and body alone. And that's just, I feel like that's the best thing to do. And I have talked in other videos about how doing things that contribute to overall general health that are, natural. Obviously you want to do stuff like that, like getting sunlight and exercising when you can, and being around people with healthy nervous systems, and moving in the water if you have movement disorders or burning or difficulty with stiff muscles, and, maybe doing things like massage, or I still think those are all helpful, and getting into a sleep routine. And there's a whole list of things. I've made other videos about it, but I think when we're trying quick fix things, even though they're natural, I just don't usually see those being super effective, like such as supplements and things like ketamine treatments and TMS and all of those things. So I feel like I'm rambling, but I do see in my day-to-day and in the years that I've been in this situation that time really is the biggest factor. It really is to recovery. So hold on to hope and find a community and find support, and just take good care of yourself overall. Self-care is so important. Even things like sleep routines and, sleep hygiene. And obviously I get people can't sleep, but getting into as a predictable of a routine as possible is important for your nervous system, that predictability, that sense of safety and comfort in a body that feels totally unsafe and chaotic. And I've talked to people where that's effective as well, not getting out of the house, but getting up every morning and having a shower and making your bed and just doing small things and building up over time, nurturing your nervous system, but stretching it every once in a while. All of it's really important. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you guys do for hope. Do you agree that hope is I get that you're still struggling probably if you're watching this, but I see all the time, day to day, hope is just the most powerful things other than support. So I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves. And if you have video suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'm going to try to be more mindful of the comments, because I'm not taking emails anymore, and try to, acknowledge them and respond to them as much as I can. So hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.